think for a moment about the ancient wonders you've seen or read about the Great Pyramid, maybe Angkor Wat. You look at them and, you think history, right? Civilization's long gone. But what if they weren't just relics? What if they were still active somehow, connected to something, I don't know, far older, more powerful, hidden right under our feet? Okay, let's really dig into the material you shared because it throws us headfirst into that exact idea.
Right. And what's fascinating is the event that kind of kicks this whole thing off. It was this really strange electrical storm back in 2031, and it led to this unexpected discovery deep inside the Great Pyramid.
Not just another tomb passage.
No, nothing like that. They called it a subvector chamber. And the glyphs inside, they were unlike anything Egyptian, totally alien. Dr. Reza Amir's work, deciphering those symbols, that's what starts to unravel this whole incredible story.
Absolutely. And when they finally cracked the code, wow. The first messages were enough to send chills down your spine, weren't they? Planetary shield node offline
Yeah.
and proto-weapon containment class 7 active.
Exactly.
You immediately get this sense, don't you, of this hidden history that's, well, far more advanced than we understand. And the potential for danger is just huge, like stumbling on an ancient control panel for, I don't know, the planet.
Precisely. And it wasn't just Giza either. That find was like a key that led them to similar chambers in other major ancient sites.
Where else?
Teotihuacan, Angkor Wat, even the Nubian pyramids down south.
Wow, all over the globe.
Right. Each location held another piece of this larger puzzle, this Codex protocol. It really makes you think about, coordination in the distant past on a scale that's almost impossible to grasp.
So the immediate questions are obvious, right? What is this Codex protocol? Who put it there and why hide it like that? Inside monuments we thought we understood. That's the core mystery we're diving into today.
And as the details of the Codex started coming out, it's just mind-boggling. This wasn't some ancient religious text or mythology. It actually detailed an interstellar conflict. Imagine that. A war across galaxies.
An actual space war.
Apparently. And this weapon system, a kind of ultimate failsafe, was seeded on various planets. Permitted planets, they called them. Earth was one, but, and this is crucial, our version was incomplete.
Incomplete. Okay.
Yeah.
But the weapon itself, you said it was different.
Very different. Dr. Amir, he described it as a reality editor.
A reality editor? What does that even mean?
It didn't just blow things up. It fundamentally changed them. At the atomic level, the temporal level, even the conceptual level, it just rewrote them.
Rewrote them. So
yeah,
erase them from existence.
Kind of, yeah. Can you even start to process what that implies for, reality itself?
That's huge. This idea of rewriting reality.
It suggests technology way beyond anything we have. And you can bet the CIA was interested. Immediately.
I bet.
The potential implications, good and bad. Mostly terrifying, probably. The CIA director, Vivian Hale, she apparently asked Amir point blank, can it be used?
Straight to the point.
But Amir, he was cautious. He mentioned the fear associated with it. That tells you something, right?
Yeah, it tells you this wasn't just a bigger bomb. This was game-changing, universe-changing, maybe.
Something that could potentially unravel everything we think we know.
So where did they go from there? Did they try to build it?
They did. This leads directly to the prototype weapon, codename Aletheia. Developed in secret, of course, Groom Lake Facility.
Area 51. Figures.
And get this, they used materials synthesized from ancient nanoforges.
Nanoforges, where?
Found beneath Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu, so another ancient site connection.
Exactly. It reinforces this deep link between these old places and this super advanced tech and the power source. Quantum vacuum energy. Still mostly theory for us today.
Okay, so they build this. Aletheia, did they test it?
Oh, yes. The first test is just chilling. They use it on a concrete drone.
Big explosion.
Nothing. No explosion, no debris, no trace. It just vanished.
Vanished completely.
Completely. Amir's observation was that it removed the object's imprint from the quantum field.
Removed its imprint.
Yeah. It wasn't destruction as we know it. It was like redaction, like it was never there to begin with.
Redaction? Wow. How did Hale react to that?
Her reaction was apparently, this changes everything. You can see the appeal,
Yes.
right? Precision deletions, no collateral damage in theory.
In theory, but Amir asked the obvious question, didn't he?
He did. And if you miss,
And Hale's response?
reportedly quite cold, the implication being the risk was worth it. Or maybe don't miss.
Yikes. Okay, so humanity's fiddling with this reality editor. But what else is going on? You mentioned something else stirred.
That's right. While all this was happening down here, something woke up out there. A dormant monitoring station. Non-human.
Where?
Hidden inside a dead asteroid. Clever spot, actually. at the L2 Earth-Moon Lagrange point.
The stable parking spot in space.
Exactly. It had been quiet for, get this, 13,000 years.
13,000 years.
Yep. And then suddenly, it activates and sends out a command signal.
That can't be good news. Was it related to the Aletheia tests?
The timing is certainly suspicious. It activated right around the time they did the full-scale test of Aletheia.
What was the target for that?
A decommissioned aircraft carrier in the South Pacific.
Same result, just gone.
Poof. Vanished. No wreckage, no oil slick, not even a ripple disturbance reported initially.
Okay, that should have been a success, right? For Hale, anyway.
You'd think. But this test triggered a global alarm. A big one. Strange, spiraling clouds appeared worldwide. Static blasted across all frequencies. And, most worryingly, those ancient sites, the pyramids, Teotihuacan, Angkor Wat, they suddenly activated, started emitting these low-band pulses.
The whole network woke up.
That was Amir's grim realization. He said, "We woke up the failsafe network, and it's responding."
So the weapon test didn't just work, it triggered the planet's immune system?
Something like that. It became terrifyingly clear this wasn't just about one weapon. It was a whole system, a protocol, with its own defenses. Defenses we just blindly stumbled into activating.
What did Amir tell the leaders? This must have caused panic.
He briefed global security chiefs. He explained the Codex wasn't just about the weapon. It also included things called lockdown measures and denial protocols.
Denial protocols, that sounds bad.
It was. He described this network forming between the ancient structures, like a global net, or even worse, a planetary kill switch.
A kill switch.
Yeah.
And denial meant?
Planetary sterilization, wiping the slate clean.
Oh my god. So activating Aletheia was like poking a sleeping dragon that could sterilize the whole planet?
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
The stakes just went from strategic advantage to potential extinction level event.
Okay. Then Diego Garcia happens. What went down there?
Right, the Diego Garcia incident, it's absolutely chilling. This craft appears,
Yeah.
geometrically perfect, totally silent, stealthy, just hangs over the U.S. naval base.
Alien, or part of the network.
Unclear at first, JSC scrambled jets, tried to intercept, standard procedure.
And they used Aletheia.
A low-power shot,
Yeah.
apparently. Maybe
Right.
trying to disable it, not destroy it.
What happened? Did it work?
The craft vanished, but so did the entire island of Diego Garcia.
The island.
Wiped clean off satellite maps, gone. Except, weirdly, on older archived maps, like hitting delete on a piece of the planet.
Just erased.
And instantly, the Codex updated in real time. A new message appeared. Protocol Omega-17 activation. Containment compromised.
1 out of 7. So there are more kill switches.
Seems like it. And containment compromised.
Oh.
That sounds like us, doesn't it? We compromised containment by using the weapon.
We proved we couldn't handle the tech responsibly. Okay, how is Amir taking all this? He must have been horrified.
He was developing serious doubts. More than doubts, really. Suspicions. He started thinking there was missing data, that the Codex wasn't complete, or maybe we weren't getting the whole picture. He felt like humanity was dangerously out of its depth. His words were something like tampering with instructions meant for a species not yet evolved enough to follow them.
That's a heavy thought. We were like kids playing with matches, but the matches could rewrite reality.
Exactly. And this really highlights the danger, doesn't it? Rushing to use tech without fully grasping the context, the original purpose.
How did Hale react to his doubts? Was she still gung-ho?
Completely. Unwavering confidence. Her focus was just on winning this perceived race against time, mastering the tech before whatever came next.
Yeah.
It's a stark contrast, you know. Hale's certainty versus Amir's growing unease, his fear of catastrophic misinterpretation.
So faced with Hale pushing forward and the planet potentially on the brink, what did Amir do?
He made a huge gamble. A really bold, incredibly risky move. He secretly uploaded parts of the Codex, maybe the parts he thought were crucial safeguards to a decentralized dark cloud server.
A backup plan.
Sort of. A message in a bottle for the future, maybe.
Yeah.
It was key to his Sumerian phrase, a safeguard just in case everything went wrong.
Wow. He went rogue.
He felt he had to. He saw the path they were on.
And did things go wrong? Was there retaliation for Diego Garcia?
There was a response. But maybe retaliation isn't quite the right word. A rift opened up, this time above the Amazon rainforest.
Another ship.
Not a ship. Not as we'd think of it. The description is bizarre. A non-corporeal entity. A living algorithm constructed from gravitational lenses and neutrino waves.
A living algorithm made of gravity and light particles. That's... I can't even picture that.
Beyond our current science, for sure. And it could phase through matter.
Okay, so what did this entity do? Attack cities?
Not attack in the way we think of attack. It made edits.
Edits.
Hmm.
Like Aletheia.
Similar concept maybe, but different execution. Entire city districts just disappeared. Vanished without a trace. Power grids suddenly reversed their flow, causing chaos, obviously. And maybe the weirdest thing, the moon's orbit subtly shifted. Just a tiny bit, but measurably.
It wasn't destroying things, it was tidying up, correcting.
That was the realization. The source material emphasizes this. It was a correction.
Mm-hmm.
These beings, whoever or whatever they weren't trying to obliterate us. They were trying to fix our dangerous deviation. To put us back in our box, maybe.
So we weren't in a war. We were being disciplined, corrected by forces we couldn't comprehend.
That shift in perspective is fundamental. It changes everything about how you see the situation, the level of control, the precision. It's terrifying, but also kind of awe-inspiring in a very strange way.
So, total chaos. Reality being edited, the moon shifting. What could humanity even do? Where does Amir fit back in?
This all leads to Amir's final, desperate act. He knew Hale wouldn't back down. He went back to Giza with a small, rogue team. People loyal to him, presumably.
Back to the first subvector chamber.
To activate the core node, yeah. Deep beneath the pyramid. It had a name. The Sacrament.
The Sacrament. That doesn't sound like a weapon.
Exactly. It wasn't. It presented a choice.
A choice to humanity.
Yes. A stark, binary choice with absolutely monumental implications. Option 1, shut down Aletheia. All of it. Permanently. And be left in peace.
Peace, just like that.
Well, maybe peace meant isolation.
Yeah.
Quarantine. Contained on Earth. The details are fuzzy.
Okay. And option 2?
Refuse. Keep Aletheia and face the full, unmitigated enforcement of the Codex protocol.
Which we knew meant denial, sterilization.
Precisely. So continue playing God and face extinction, or give up the ultimate power and accept being grounded.
Who made the choice?
Amir. He went into the chamber alone to confront whatever interface presented the choice. He was faced with this profound, almost philosophical question: will you undo your becoming?
Undo your becoming. What does that even mean? Undo our technological leap.
Our ambition.
Maybe all of it. It's incredibly resonant, isn't it? And his answer, his choice.
What did he choose?
He chose yes.
Yes. He agreed to undo our becoming. Wow. What happened then? Instantly.
Instantly. Global consequences. All Aletheia emitters, everywhere self-destructed, gone. Classified files related to the project, deep in Langley vaults, just disintegrated, wiped clean. Satellites subtly reoriented themselves, not crashing, just changing their focus. And the ancient sites, the pyramids, the network nodes, they dimmed, went quiet again.
A planetary reset, like flicking a switch back to off. A collective step back from the absolute edge of the abyss. Humanity survived.
Well, but the implication is, we learned our lesson. We won't touch that fire again.
The conclusion seems to be that we survived, but we would never again be allowed to approach that line. The price was made clear. But there's a final, chilling little hint.
Oh!
The mention of one last untouched subvector chamber, still dormant, stirring slightly maybe, deep beneath the Antarctic ice. Waiting. Patiently waiting, perhaps, for a different answer someday.
So it might not be completely over, just paused. Wow. Okay, so wrapping this up, the core idea is that these ancient sites, they aren't just history. They could be parts of this vast, powerful, and incredibly dangerous system.
Absolutely. And this deep dive, it's shown us a scenario where humanity had this razor-thin escape, our brief, clumsy interaction with this alien tech. The implications are just profound.
That question, will you undo your becoming, it really sticks with you, doesn't it? What does that mean for us, for our future? Makes you rethink our whole place in the cosmos, our drive to know everything.
Yeah, and it brings up so many critical questions, you know. What other secrets are still buried? What other dormant things might be out there? And what happens if we do awaken them? It's that balance, isn't it?
Between seeking knowledge and maybe respecting the unknown, knowing when not to look.
Exactly. That delicate, often overlooked balance.
So maybe the final thought for everyone listening is consider the ground beneath your feet. What stories, what technologies, what futures might be sleeping there, waiting to be found? Or perhaps best left undisturbed.
A potent reminder, definitely. Some knowledge might just come with a price tag we're not ready, or maybe not even capable of paying.